Hey you guys, it's Anne-Marie. Happy Magical Monday. Boom, chicka, bom, bom. I hope everybody's having a great day. I have been sitting here just watching nature, listening, observing. And these are the few messages I got. I'm not sure if they'll resonate with the cards or align with the cards or this random piece of trash I just found on the ground. But I've been called to share it. So the first message I got was someone trying to control the outcome of something. There's something about control, of trying to control the outcome of something. Another message I got from the birds was that someone has been going place to place trying to find the tree for them to build their nest. And the vision of the three bears came to mind, where it's like, this porridge is too hot, this porridge is too cold. Someone going place to place, like, this isn't fitting, this isn't working, this isn't working. Trying to find their place in the forest. Trying to find their tree to nest in. This piece of trash that I kept looking at, and I pulled it. It's a flyer. I believe it looks like a belief to a church, but it's called Purpose City. So I guess that would align with the message I got about a bird flying from tree to tree, looking for the place to nest, to build a home. At the same time, trying to find their purpose. Focusing too much on the outcome of where they're going to land. What deck do we need to pull from then? Okay. Let's pull cards, see if we can pull this together. For those of you who like it. Remember, this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. If it doesn't apply, that's okay. Spirit, can we please get some messages about this? Purpose, trying to nest, trying to find a place to go. Wherever you go and whatever you do, be in love. Strong feelings, inspired. Don't settle for less. Wherever you go, do it with love. Love for yourself. What does your soul and spirit say about it? What are you called to? Spirit is saying that when it comes to controlling the outcome, that sometimes when we try to control the outcome of things, we remove love from that. Love is the strongest frequency. Spirit is saying that the reason why when you fly from tree to tree that you're feeling unsettled is that it's because the trees that, even though all trees are great, but that we're using metaphorically, okay? I mean, I know you know that, but it's just some people, some of the comments, I'm like, and when you go from like tree to like tree, it's because your spirit is wanting you to see that, not to settle for a tree who hasn't grown a lot and the roots aren't deep, or possibly to build your own tree, to be your own seeds and create your own tree. Creating your own tree out of your own purpose is what I heard. I'm putting this together, so bear with me here. And it doesn't matter where you physically go. You could live in one state and say, I'm getting the hell out this state. I'm leaving all this shit behind, and go to another state. And if you haven't done your inner healing work, the same issues, the same energies will arise and keep repeating cycles in your life until you've done that work. So be mindful. Spirit saying be mindful and to question yourself, why am I fleeing from place to place? Yes, Spirit doesn't want you to settle for less. Spirit doesn't want you to control the outcome of even when you go and nest in a certain tree, you learn about the other birds that come in that tree. You learn about that tree. You learn about the cycle of life for that tree. You learn about the insects that grow in that tree, the bugs. You learn about how that tree can weather different storms. And so even within the trees that you go and nest at that are in alignment with your purpose, there's still a purpose in you being in that tree. So while you're in a tree, knowing that you don't want to be in a tree and you're ready, what the fuck? When you're ready to go, someone doesn't have their Bluetooth off on the phone or having a conversation, so I apologize. So while you're in the current tree, even though this may not be the tree that you want to build your nest in, what can you learn while you're nesting in that tree to the next season without trying to control the outcome of it? Spirit doesn't want you to settle for less. But if you're in the tree and the whole time you're in this tree, you're like, I fucking hate this tree. This isn't where I want to be. This tree doesn't give me enough shade. This tree has these gnats in it that are always trying to attack me. Everybody knows where my tree's at. Karmics, third parties, haters, lesson learned. Well, each one of your trees a karmic. So what's the lesson learned? You will nest and find your tree, find your tribe when you do the healing work. And each tree that you go to, there's a little bit of healing you can do for each tree that you try to nest in. This could be switching jobs, actually switching cities, switching housing, or switching mindsets. So take what resonates when I say go to another tree, okay? Whatever the tree represents for you. I don't try to... Spirit doesn't give me messages to get people to believe or to follow just one path of the messages. It's whatever resonates for you and what's going on in your life and in your energy. And I resonate with the gnats being the haters. But what is the lesson learned that you learn from these situations? Have you learned anything? Like, oh yeah, not to ever date that person. It's a little deeper than that. What's the lesson learned? Did you see the red flags? And you may have ignored them. Were they orange flags? And you just threw caution to the wind? Because I believe in green, orange, and red flags. Orange flags are just like, hey, you might want to be cautious of this. And you may have gotten a couple of those orange lights in certain situations that you just kind of threw to the wind. Like, fuck it, you know. I'm just using an example. They have really good sex or whatever. You know, and then you end up, oh my God, they're toxic as hell. It's a red flag. And then you created more stuff you need to heal from. But when you heal the root cause of things, when you hear the root of the tree that you're in, how it aligns with you and your situation, when you heal that, you can then freely fly to another tree and see if that works out for you, see if it resonates with you, see if it brings about love and joy in your life. What else? Do we want to do a sacred soul? We'll be okay. Okay, we got a little time. Yeah. Nurturing, mentorship, wisdom, giving back. You've gained a lot of wisdom from all these experiences you've had. Pull all that wisdom together. All trees have ancient knowledge. So what did you learn? What wisdom did you gain? And how can you give back to your community or into the situation so when you see other little birds flying to different trees trying to find their way, you can teach them and show them from love of yourself, first of all, that may give them a little bit of insight on their path as they're flying around. I try to stay with the same. We'll give a sacred soul message. We're at 9 minutes almost. 9 right now. I know some of my messages are all over the place, but I just go with the flow here. To love without expectations is to be in heaven. Release control. Make peace with loved ones. I'm not saying to make peace with loved ones. Make peace with yourself. I'm not saying not to make, but if these loved ones are toxic and these loved ones have been trying to chop your tree down, or they're the ones that unleash the killer mosquitoes or the killer gnats around you, obviously, you know, take what resonates. It's like the windmill here, the little pinwheel. But release that control. What are your expectations of everywhere you fly to? Oh, we're out of time. I hope you're healthy and happy and full of joy, you guys. I truly do. May you love and be loved. Heal. Don't harm.